If you can't scratch your own back, then this short gym bro yoga sequence has the potential to completely change your life. Before we start to unlock our shoulders and our backs, we need a couple of things. You need something to sit on. I'm just using Zaki's punch bag here. This is a yoga strap, but you can be creative. You can use a long sock or anything that has a little give to it. We don't need this for the first pose. The first pose is downward facing dog. But before you do that, you really do just need to loosen up your shoulders. Do a whole bunch of arm circles. I just want you to feel like, I don't know, you're oiling your joint before you start stretching it, because sometimes, especially for us guys who lift, again, I'm not as big as some of you boys watching, what you can do is you can end up kind of forcing the stretch into your joints, and it can feel quite awkward. So what I like to do is I like to move around, swing my arms around and feel like I'm just loosening up my joints. And then even like a minute or so of doing this is really helpful in lubricating those joints, and especially as I have a dodgy right shoulder. And if you're a gym bro and you lift, probably both your shoulders are dodgy, and trust me bro, I feel your pain. We're going to start with downward facing dog, which is an upside down V shape, just there. Bend into your knees and then lift there. So bend into your knees, ease off, and then drive your hips back. Can you see the direction I'm going in? That is really stretching out into my lats, which is going to help me with my overhead press, because when these lats are tight, most men can't press over. They kind of compensate, and it causes loads of problems. So again, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. There we go. Oh, there we go. Really nice stretch for my lats. Loosening up again. Constantly just trying to get blood rushing to those shoulders. This is where we need the strap. This strap is Gomukhasana Arms, and it's very, very challenging. And there are times where this pose does feel harder than it used to. Main reason for that is you are a reflection of what you're doing. So if you've had shoulder day or back day, this is going to feel harder, but it's still effective. So don't worry about that. You take your left hand, you turn your left hand in and bring it behind your back like this, as if you're trying to bring your hand, fingertips, between your shoulder blades. You're trying to scratch. And then you take your right arm up, and then you bring the hand behind you with the elbow pointing up. So not like this, elbow pointing up, until you can interlock the fingers behind your back. I appreciate that's determined by limb length as well. That's why I like to use a strap. Left hand behind me. There we go. And I start nice and gentle, just there. Elbow pointing up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly but surely bring my hands closer together there until those elbows are facing up. Now I'm being really gentle. I can normally do this quite well, but I'm being really gentle because I'm having a dodgy shoulder day. I want to hold the pose for about 30 to 60 seconds, and I want to breathe slowly throughout. If you're wincing, you're doing too much. Ease off. It's always better to ease off and do the pose, ease off and do the pose for longer rather than stress and do the pose for shorter. There. And I just want to keep my elbow facing up. Breathe. As soon as this happens, lift. You'll feel that in your triceps, you'll feel that in your lats, you might even feel that into your pecs, your rotator cuffs. It's an incredible stretch. So do that on both sides for about 60 seconds. And if it feels really awful and you feel, yeah, I need to improve on this, and you have the time, do that twice. So 2 sets of around 60 seconds on each side. Once that's done, come straight back into your downward facing dog pose. Again, unlike your breathing in the gym where us men tend to grunt, close your mouth and just breathe in and out of your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. There we go. Beautiful. From here, come into your lunge. So we're just going to work a little bit on the chest and shoulders now, kind of this whole thoracic region, as well as that hip flexor. It can get real rigid and it can hold on from all the squats and deadlifts. So we just need to ensure that it's supple enough that it doesn't compress the lower back, which, trust me, it can. So I'm just going to lift my chest. You see how I do that? Lift the chest there and ease off. So again, interlock your fingers and lift your chest up, lift your chest up. Imagine your elbows going wide, look up and breathe in. Bring the elbows together, just rounding into your lower back. My elbow touches the knee and then my hip goes forward, my chest lifts up. There we go. Just one more rep. Lift, 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 and ease off. And from here, we just come into a hamstring stretch. Hands down, curl your back foot under, and then sit back, stretching into that front hamstring. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Lift and let's switch sides. Feel quite firm. Use your feet, interlock your fingers, holding onto the back of your head. Breathe in. There we go. Look at that. Lift the chest, elbows wide. Breathe out. Right knee down to your right. So elbow down to the knee. Lift, chest up. There we go. One more. Knee down. Lift. Feel the stretch in your chest. Feel that kind of stretch into your shoulders and ease off. Immediately come into your hamstring stretch. Place your hands down either side. Sit back. Feel that stretch in your hamstring. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Oh, that felt good. Man, that felt good. Okay, this next part, you might hate me. Sit down on something, on a block, yoga block, or just, anything, a cushion, be creative. Doesn't matter how you're sat down. You're going to do what's called eagle arms. Now, a lot of this is determined by the size of your pecs and the size of your shoulders. So don't worry, again, you're doing the best you can. You only want a few percent. You only want an increase of a few percent in flexibility. Don't force the pose. Bring your left arm across you there in line with the breastbone, so not too far out. And then see if you can get the right elbow to rest over the top of the left. And then you turn your hands like this. So left hand faces the right, right hand faces your left. Bring them in like that. You can see how I'm just hooking on to the fingertips. And there's a tiny little gap between where I can see the camera there. Now I'm going to drive my elbows forward there so I can feel that in my postural muscles. If I do that from the side, look at the difference between this and this. There we go. Drive the elbows forward. Feel that in your upper back. That's an incredible stretch for all those postural muscles. Oh, that work over time to support us when we're deadlifting, when we're pressing, rowing, everything. These muscles get a real workout. Same on the other side. Bring your right elbow across, left arm over. There. Breathe in and out of the nose. And the final pose, Malasana, your deep squat. Again, largely genetic. You can sit down on your cushion, whatever it is, if you can't get your heels down. Have your arms to the inside and then just move side to side. You see how I round my lower back? This releases my lower back. I don't want to be upright. I'm actually intentionally rounding. As I breathe out, can I sink? This is going to decompress or kind of take the heaviness off the lower back because it's being gently stretched there. And this is also going to be really helpful maintaining that hip mobility, so you can continue, squatting and deadlifting, going deeper without the body compensating. There we go. And that is it. Try and do each stretch for about 30 seconds minimum, 90 seconds max. So that's why 60 seconds is the sweet number. And that is my gym bro sequence. I genuinely believe in it. I think based on my years of experience, being a PT for 25 years, been teaching yoga since 2012, and I've followed the research for long enough, I really feel like these movements that I've shown you should be a real integral part of your routine. If you need my help, please check out akramyoga.co.uk. I offer a whole bunch of online CPDs, training plans, one-to-one mentorship. Feel free to reach out.